All right. Thank you for coming to the latest session of Ragic Office Hour. And sorry about the really long delay because we're having some technical difficulties connecting to the streaming, well, with the setup I had at home. So here I am back at the office. Yeah, because, yeah, so there was some. Can I start over? No? Okay, just a sec. Okay. All right. So sorry about that. So I'm gonna restart again. So thank you for coming to the latest edition of Ragic Office Hour, and sorry about the technical difficulties. Yeah, so I was because I was on holiday and I was trying to do the office hour session back at my home, and there was some problem connecting to the server using the laptop at my home. So yeah, here I am back at the office doing the latest office hour, and thank you all for watching this recording. All right, let's get started with the questions. Okay, first question. All right, we're new here, like the system very much. We have a few general questions. Explain a little about Ragic, the company. Where is it based? What does the name mean? Okay, first of all, let's zoom in here. Okay, so explain a little about Ragic, the company. Where is it based? Most of us are based in Taipei, Taiwan. So, so that's the most of our development team. So most of us came from Taiwan, so most of our developers are here, and we also have office in North America, and to serve some of our serve our customer to have customer support in the North American time zone. But most of the development work is based in Taipei, Taiwan. And what does the name mean? Ragic means rapid plus magic. So we would like to create this tool for everyone to create database applications really quickly, like magic. So it basically means rapid plus magic. And how many years does the company operate? And our company started in 2008, February 2008, and in the beginning we were developing Ragic, this application Ragic, and doing some we were the service partner of a big US based software company, so to have some cash flow to keep us alive, and 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 to keep on developing Ragic. And this ended up being a really really big project. So we have been developing Ragic for a really long time, because this kind of application is not like building a CRM or ERP system, because we're building a tool to create a complex application. So building a complex application takes time, but building a tool that can build a complex application takes even longer. So it has took us quite some time to develop Ragic. So yeah, we started in 2008, and I think the system is first online, ready for people to use around 2010 and 11 ish. Because in the beginning, it's more of a beta, and yeah, we were just trying the system out and see if is people are able to use it. And in the beginning, it's kind of not that easy to use. So it took us a few years to make it more user friendly, so that everyone can just learn how to build database applications online without having the background of knowing how to write code at all. Okay. How many years? So we've been operating. Our company has been operating since 2008, and yeah, we our company never had any venture capital funding, so we bootstrapped all the way here. So we always try to keep us profitable. So we're not born with money, so we always have to watch our income and see how much we spend. So that's the reason we were the service partner for other major software companies in the beginning to keep us alive without any funding. So we've always been profitable. So we're not some startup who had a certain amount of money that's using to burn, and if not profitable, it needs to get another round of funding. It's not the case with Ragic. For us, we're always profitable and we're in here for the long run. So we would like to keep it this way and to run Ragic in a profitable manner. At least for as long as we can see, because we love building this application and it has been profitable, and we don't need to answer to any investors or we aren't discussing any acquisition also. So we just want to run this company and make Ragic the best product possible for everybody in the world to really manage data and not use Excel to manage your data. And okay, you're concerned with it, that if something happens to a company and website goes down and you lose all your data, which is important to us. Yeah, and that's a valid concern, and we have heard this question, many times. So we try to explain that, we're not a VC-backed startup, so we are relatively stable, and we're not like a department from Google or something like subsidiary, because if you're a product from a big company, a tech giant like Google or Microsoft, they're gonna, if the product is not profitable, they're gonna close it down. So in contrast, this is the only product we have. We have to make it profitable and keep it running. So in this sense, it's relatively a lot more stable than running on the platform of a big tech giant. So even if one day we get acquired or something, then it's gonna be like a subsidiary of a big company, but we really don't see that happening anytime soon or even in the near future, because we do hear a lot of stuff, people asking us about that. We basically just say we're not looking for acquisitions. And just in case that if there's any reason that Ragic does not operate anymore, we've also promised that we will release Ragic as an open source software, so everybody can install it, perpetually install this software on their own server for free. But we really don't see that happening. Okay, so tell me approximately how many customers does the company has? I think currently the active number of paying subscriptions is around 3,000 companies, 3,000 to 4,000 companies. Yeah, that's active subscriptions. We have, because we mainly serve small, medium businesses, and we have been doing that for many years. And as you know, small, medium businesses, they start and they close, and sometimes it's a project. So companies open up and go, and people use it for a few years for some projects, and people come and go. So we have, in the past, we've already had like many thousands of customers, and right now the active paying number of subscription from organizations is around 3,000 to 4,000. And also, is it possible to have an operational backup locally in case the website goes down? Yeah, we do have an on-premises license, so you could just, if you have your own server, if you have your own servers at your company, or you have your own VMs, you could run your own on-premises version. And we made it, the pricing exactly the same as the professional version, only that you need at least 10 users. And if you're worried about that, you could just install an on-premises version on your own server, so you could run Ragic. So It's not, you don't necessarily need to run it on our website. A lot of companies, from compliance reasons or some other reasons, they run their server on their own, run the servers on their own infrastructure. So yeah, you could definitely do that. Yeah. And thank you for liking our system very much. And yeah, I understand because yeah, we've been running Ragic for many years, and we do understand people really care about their data, and yeah, that's something we definitely understand, and we just try to address this issue any way we can. So we have the on-premises version for you to run on your own platform, and our company is structured in a way to run indefinitely. I don't know. So we structure. So we plan out our company for the long term. So we're not like we're trying to make Nasdaq in X number of years. Yeah, we are already profitable, and we just try to make the best product and make it stable and have a very stable company or as a platform to hold everyone's data in a very secure way. All right. I hope this answers your question. Yeah, we've heard this question quite a few times, but still looking for a very structured way to answer this. But I'm just trying to say that we do it in every way we can to make sure your data is safe. Operationally, because for data security, there's a whole other document, and you could ask us for those data security related documents to us for us and to our support staff. All right. Can you explain how to integrate Ragic data with Zapier to create a dashboard or report? Okay, well, Zapier is a platform to integrate your data, but what do you do with the data on the other side is depending on which application that you're using. And I do believe that Zapier support quite a few other business intelligence and reporting tools. And yeah, let's just Google that. Like, does Zapier like Tableau? Yeah, because you could integrate Tableau with Ragic, so you could connect your application data from Ragic to Tableau, and I don't think for most BI or reporting applications, you don't even really need to use Zapier, because we do have this function that most business intelligence tool can use, reporting tools. This is called here, publish to the web. Yeah, it's the data feed. So these BI or reporting tools, they can use Ragic as a data feed to generate their reports. So usually for reporting tools, you could just, or you want to create a dashboard report, you could just use the publish to the web for that. And if your tool supports Zapier, and yeah, you could do that to export data periodically automatically to your dashboard report. Yeah, you could do either of those, but generally publish to the web is the simpler way to do that. Okay, so you can just use publish to the web feature to integrate with your reporting tool dashboard using Ragic Reports Zapier. Okay, then let me just bring up the documentation to Zapier. Yeah, because how to process the data at the other side depends on what integration tool that you're depends on what reporting tool you're using. It will be different if you use Tableau or Power BI or any other applications. There we go. Yeah, so either way you could do that. And here, all right, my brain is sort of still on like holiday mode. So how can reminders be used? All right, can reminder be used as emails and or web notifications? Yes, reminders. We usually send reminders as emails and web notifications. Let me bring up this reminder. Reminders, all right. Yeah, it's gonna pop up as a web notification and email. So yeah, so please see this. Yes, reminders are sent via email and web notifications. And yeah, by web notification, it means a pop-up here, no matter which screen you are on, and it's gonna appear here on the notifications, like the Facebook notification or any other like social platform. Can reminders be set up to the users who can view the sheet without having to list their names in a specific field? Yes. So you could just use the custom reminder email. Oh, this is the reminder email content, not that. But remind who? You could just choose somebody there. Let me just give you a brief demo. Like with our demo sheet, we could just go to reminders. So you could create a reminder to remind see other email. You just choose other email right here, and you could just write if you want to remind me, and this way you can send reminders to a specific email if it's not listed as a field here. Just choose other emails, remind other emails. Okay. Can you set up reminder based upon text value and dates? Or only dates? Status and or the receipt of an item. Okay, if it's dates, then it's a reminder. If it's not a date, like if it's a receipt of an item, you could still do that, but just not with reminders. That's not what reminder does, but that does bring me, because we do have that feature, maybe we could allow you to set it up as a reminder. But currently how we do that is that you can create a view of a sheet, and if a new record is entered and it matches the view, and it can send you a reminder. or if an existing record changes its status into the view, and it will send you a reminder. That's kind of a notification. So, so here's how you do that. And so if you create a, for example, if you create a, let's create a view that, let's just like male, female, okay? So let's say if we see a new employee created as male and we send out a reminder. So that's kind of what she's asking. And let's say we filter out gender male. So we create a view as new male employee. All right. And you can notify me that this is, click on notify me. Then this way, whenever a new male employee is entered or is changed into a male employee, the system will send you a reminder for that. So it's a cancel notification. Notify me. Okay, so yes, you can use the notify me in views for this purpose. It's not configured in reminders. Okay. Yeah, example in the attachment. Yeah, so you could create a view to filter out records. It contains X by 10 days before ship date. You could create a view for that, and then you set up a notification to notify when a record enters that view. To notify you when a record enters the view. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if we can maybe somehow in the future integrate this into our reminders. So maybe we could create a reminder that's reminder for view. Huh. Only for records matching shared view. But still it's based on the date. So yeah, I'm just thinking out loud to see. But this is still based on the date. So yeah, there's something we could do there to, to have you create those kind of view notifications as reminders. That's definitely possible. Just we need to figure out a good design for this. All right, next question. Why can't access right be set with no edit and no create without an entry user field? I think entry user field? No, I don't think you need an entry user field. So I don't think this has an entry. This has an entry user field. Let's create a very simple sheet without entry user field, because I don't think that's the case. It has simple sheet. So we could just create a very simple field A, field B, field C, no entry user field. And in form settings, yeah, you could just no create. You could still do that. Oh, for some of the user groups, you cannot do that because this only applies when the user group is survey user or bulletin user, or it's not gonna be applicable. So you could just choose bulletin user, and then you could just choose no create, no edit. So it doesn't matter if you have a select user field. You can always choose no edit, no create for bulletin user roles and survey user roles. Let me do a screenshot here. User field is not necessary. You can always add no edit or no create for user groups with role survey user or bulletin user. All right. Next question. Can you show me some examples of how to use Gantt chart reports? Oh boy. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with that, but let's explore that. And can they be used for multiple jobs? Can they be created for one job without tasks, but based on information within the job? Yeah, that's, well, I haven't really personally used Gantt charts before, yeah, honestly. But a lot of other clients has. So, hmm. Yeah, that's okay. Let's try to explore that right now. Maybe I could do that with the question sheet. I'm not sure. Let's clear this and try to create the Gantt chart. All right. Select start day, submit time, in days, category, with status. So we create the Gantt chart based on the submitted time, and this, and we've categorized them by status label using the question number or your question. Okay. Sort by, do we need to sort? Let's just see if we can create a report. Select the start day field and the end date field. Okay. Sort by, okay, question number. I don't think it has enough date fields. Let me try to do a job. We have a timesheet. Maybe I could create a sample with the timesheet, but we don't have a lot of data here. Start date field, end date field. Yeah, we just have one date field. Let me create a new sheet for this test. How do you spell Gantt chart? G-A-N-T-T. Okay. Maybe we have a project timesheet. Let's see if we can do a project. Okay, start day, finish date with a lot of tasks. Maybe this is more suitable. Test project Test time. Let's see if we can create a Gantt chart here. Yeah, start date and finish date. You need at least 2 dates for this. Status. Okay, so this is only one project. So let's try creating a bit more projects. Second project, let's have a different start date and end date. So yeah, it basically tries to map out these tasks or project. It should be tasks to map it out on a Gantt chart. So let's try generating the Gantt chart again. Yeah, in progress. So we have these tasks that are in progress. So maybe we could add a label to show what task it is, name of the task. So yeah, second project like this, and the test project is, the duration is like this. And we can have other options like display today, day of week, create report. Yeah, so you can create a little bit more sophisticated, like displaying the weekends, display today line. Today is not, yeah, today's not in this. So yeah, so this is basically how you use the test Gantt chart. And with a lot of tools and stuff in Ragic, it takes a little bit of time to trial and error to test it out. And yeah, basically this is how you use a Gantt chart, and I'll try to find the documentation for this too for your reference. Multiple jobs, yes. Can they be created for a job without tasks on the information within the job release date? Okay. You can create Gantt charts with your data on your sheets, not with tasks. I think you're referring to this task. We're not creating Gantt charts with this task. It's based on a sheet. So like I demoed, it's based on the data you have on your Ragic sheets. Be creative without task. Yeah, multiple jobs. Yes. For multiple jobs. Okay. Next question. Can you limit view access to reports? Can you set access permission and or share specific reports with only certain personnel? How can you limit the ability to create reports by some other users? Okay, first of all, we don't have a separate access right setting for reports. So for now, reports, they are based on, the access right configuration is based on its data source. So if the user can see the data source, then he will be able to see the reports. So right now, it's basically based on if the user can see the data source, because we believe that, you know, if the user can see the data source, there's no reason to block him from, you know, seeing the report from that same data source. So it's based on the access right configuration of the data source. And how can you limit the ability to create reports by some others? Yeah, I think you could limit. Let me answer the first question. You can limit it with the feature access setting. So first of all, the access right for a report is based on the access right of the data source of the report. If you don't want a user group to see a report, you will need to disallow them from viewing the data source sheet. Okay. Second one, create reports. And yeah, you could do that on the access feature setting. Feature access setting. You could just turn off reports there. Create and view reports. By default, everyone can create and view reports. All right. Next question. How do shared filters work? Okay, for example, if shared filter is created, can it be edited or changed by everyone or only the creator? I don't think you could change a shared filter. You could just create a new one, because creating shared filter is like really simple. So you can just load a shared filter, make some changes to it, and just save it again. It'll become another shared filter. So we don't have an edit shared filter feature, because we always just create a new shared filter and delete the ones that you don't use. So yeah. Oh, update view. Really? Oh, my mistake. Yeah, we have the update view. You can use the update view to update it, because we used to didn't have them, but now we do. So we could update view to do that. So for shared filters, it always needs to be created by system admin. So from a access right point of view, it's always created or edited by system admins, the person who can make changes to the sheet design. Okay, to answer your question, so shared filter, it's not about the creator, it's about system admin. So shared filters can only be edited by sysadmin, users in the sysadmin group by sysadmin. Yeah, so it has nothing to do with the creator of the shared filter. If a creator makes a shared view, will that shared view remain the same as default, even if another user changes it and adds to the filter setting? Yeah, there's only one configuration. So if one of the system admin make changes to the shared filter setting, it's gonna be applied to everybody. Okay. If shared filter config is changed by sysadmin, it will be applied to everyone. So there's only one version of the configuration. And also like default share filter. Also one configuration, because what the system admin is doing with the filters or the share filter is basically making changes to the form design. So it's designing a sheet for everyone else to use. And if you have some personal filters that you would like to save, you could just save it as a personal view. So a shared view is for for all users. So there's only one version of shared filters. Okay, what is considered upload storage? Storage is a huge deal for my company, and I was informed before starting my free trial if I only use text, it would not count against my upload storage. Yes, that is true. After starting my free trial, I have only created sheets, tabs, and yet my DB backup sections they are now using 4.6 megabytes of upload space. Okay. How can that be if I only created sheets, tabs, and have not uploaded any documents or photos? Are link and load or reference being counted as upload storage? Well, in your case, I'm not sure what those 4.6 megabytes are for, but you have 30 gigabytes, so that's still a lot of free space left, even if you have only one professional licensed user. And also, I would say something people usually miss, is that it could be upload for your Excel import or CSV import. For data import, when you upload your data to import, the file is still stored on your upload storage. So on your file storage, so it's gonna be counted in there. So that's one of the reasons that could possibly be that 4.6 megabyte. But otherwise, if you're still concerned about that, you could use the need help button for our support staff to go in there and take a look. It's most likely a file uploaded for Excel import. If not, you can ask our support staff to take a look. All right. Next question: can external users complete surveys on your Ragic account without making a login? Definitely, yes. You want to create a survey form on Ragic, how would I email it out to customers? Do external users have to create a login in order to complete the survey? Okay, so this one's relatively easy. So just make sure that everyone has survey user access, and they will be able to access the sheet. Just make sure user group everyone has at least survey user access to the sheet. Yeah, this way everyone refers to anybody who hasn't even logged in yet. So even the person doesn't have an account, never logged in to Ragic, and it clicks on your sheet, if the sheet is open to everyone and with at least survey user, then they will be able to fill out the form as a survey. They're not going to be able to see any data on that sheet, but they will be able to fill it out like a survey, and you'll be able to see the result of everybody's survey. And you can also use a web embed for this. So you could just create a database form embed. So this way, and it's gonna update the user's access right automatically, because usually, if you create a form for people to fill out, it knows that you need a proper access right for the group everyone. So this little Ragic will ask you to update the right for everyone as survey user. So you could do that here too. So with database form. Web embed. Okay. Next one, how can you use the lock record feature? For example, I have my trial set up where all orders are entered on one sheet, like a master file. I have also created a duplicate sheet for current order and past orders so that I can filter orders that are open, closed using a filter on the listing page. Okay. If I want to, could I just lock a record and it will save all information on all sheets connected and or related to that order, and then nothing will ever happen to the data, even if it was deleted from the master sheet. Okay, first of all, that's not how duplicate sheet works. So in every case, in any way, if on multiple versions, like you have multiple versions A, B, and C, if you delete a record on any one of those versions, and it's gonna be deleted in all versions. So if you want to keep the version, if you want to keep the data after you delete it on multiple version sheets, it needs to be not with the same data source. So when you create a duplicate, if you click on use same data source on new sheet, so the two versions, they are referring to the same data. So on version A and B, if you delete the record on version A, on version B, the record will also be deleted because it's using the same data source. So it's basically the same data. But if you uncheck this, you're creating two versions of the sheet, which looks exactly the same, but the data are completely independent. So if you delete data from one version, and the other version's data will be kept on the system. So yeah, if you want to keep the data on both on the other version, so they cannot be the same using the same data source. You could do that with duplicate sheet without using same data source on new sheet. You could do that, but the data on those two versions will not be in sync. When you create the data on, if it's not from the same data source, you create a record on version A, and there's not going to be a same record on version B. So you will need to use something like convert record to create a record on version B, because these two sheets are basically unrelated. They just look alike. They have the same fields, but they are two unrelated sheets if you duplicate a sheet and not choose the same data source checkbox. So yeah, we don't really have a lock feature that can do exactly this, to lock it, and when you delete on one version and on the other version it still has the data. So what I would suggest in your use case is to still use the duplicate sheet feature with the same data source. Only that when you want to delete the data, don't actually delete it. You could create a field that a status field, and you could just say that you want to make the record inactive. So, and on one of the sheets, you can only see the active records and never see the inactive records. And when you want to delete it, you just change the status of the record from active to inactive. So this way, you can kind of not see the data anymore, but it's not really deleted. And on another version of the sheet, you could see all records with any type of status as an archive. You could see all data which is inactive. But on the active sheet, you could always filter out only records that are active. I hope this makes sense, and this answers your question. So yeah, I think this, yeah, it's not exactly the lock feature that you're mentioning, but I think it could kind of work for you. Okay, so first of all, we do have locking, but locking, when you lock a record, it makes it not editable, but it looks like you still want to make the record editable. The locking feature that Ragic has makes a record uneditable, which does not look like what you need. If you would like to only see open orders or current orders, but do not want to delete old, do not want to delete old orders, you can use a status field to indicate if an order is active, is open. When an order is closed, you can use a filter, a fixed filter, or a default shared filter to filter out closed orders. You can also create another version of the sheet which lists all open and closed orders, so that you can always find past orders when needed. All right, this is my suggestion for you. So I think this works for you, but without using a lock record feature that you mentioned. But yeah, but it should still work, because this is usually how ERP systems work. And on most ERP systems, you never delete data. You just change the status to inactive or disable it, but you always keep the data in the system so that you can so that you have a clear trail of audit. Yeah, having a clear trail of audit is really important in ERP related systems, and generally we never delete data. We just change the status so that it doesn't appear anymore, but we always keep a record of any type of past data, even if it's like an entry error that I created a wrong record, but we just change the status to disable and keep it in the system, so we have a clear trail of audit, so that nobody can really delete data without other people knowing that something went wrong. So It's important for the internal auditing. All right, last question. Search for the most frequent occurrence in the sheet column. Hi Jeff, I want to know if there is a feature that allows me to crawl each column on each sheet to know the occurrence of most present in each column without having to enter value in a filter at the start. Idea to know which most present value in each column. Oh, one is actually easy. Yeah, I was just thinking how to do that, but it's actually easy. Just use this total and summary. Yeah, if you click on total and summary, it's gonna do this kind of calculation for you. So it will tell you that how many records are answered, how many unanswered, no action, further processing needed. Yeah, so it's gonna do this kind of calculation for you. Total and summary from the header. Total and summary feature. Screenshot. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, because in the beginning, when I just hear this question, this might be hard with formulas or something, but yeah, we do have exactly this feature, and you can also do this with reports. We have lots of analytical reports like pivot reports to do this kind of occurrence analysis for multiple fields. Yeah. For multiple fields, you can use the pivot report. Okay, yeah, here we go. That's all of your questions, and sorry about the technical hiccup that we have, and I hope that all of you who asked the questions will have a chance to see the answers that I have prepared for you in the recording. So, all right, thank you for watching the recording, and we'll talk to you guys again in 2 weeks. All right, have a good day. Stay safe.